Okay. If you're watching us live, just give us one sec. We're trying to figure out the whole Instagram and Facebook thing at once here. Spinning wheel. All right, let's try that again. Try again, Lisa.
What's that?
Okay. How's that? Good, we got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. There's a first time for everything. So, thank you guys so much for joining us live today. My name is Natalie Colalillo, and I'm the founder and CEO of Happy Healthy Women. And I am joined by the amazing Lisa Kelly. Lisa is the founder of Life Unlimited, and she is a mentor in the art of living your dream. And so Lisa is a trailblazer with Happy Healthy Women. She's a trailblazer in our Toronto Central branch, which means that she shares her knowledge, shares her expertise with our incredible community, and steps into leadership. And my gosh, what an amazing job this woman is doing in sharing her skills and talents with our amazing community. So welcome, Lisa. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
So today we're going to talk about daily rituals for mental well-being and happiness. And Lisa, I love that when I said to you, what do you want your topic to be? What should we talk about? That's what you said. And I thought, my gosh, like, aren't we all needing so much of that right now? So can you share a little bit about, why that's an important thing for you? And then we'll get into like what those actually are. But why a daily ritual? Like, why is it such an important thing for our happiness?
So it's been years of evolving and adding things in, and it's just become such an integral part of my my life. Like, it's the most important thing to me right now, and especially during COVID. It's been super helpful. But today, coming up to today's talk, it made me remember a quote that I saw Elizabeth Gilbert put on her Instagram feed a while ago, like over a year ago. And her quote was, "My actual job is managing my mental health." And I thought that's so true, because even as a mom and business owner, and how that's like, those are big jobs, but without the mental health, the spiritual health, the emotional health, and the physical health, then the parenting and the business would for sure suffer. So it goes back to that old, we need to put the oxygen mask over ourselves first before we can effectively help anyone else. So through tons of research, back in the 90s, I was battling depression, and on and off, seeing therapists and going on and off of antidepressants. And so I started researching, what is the cause of depression? Why is it simply because I'm predisposed due to, family hereditary things, or are there other ways that I can work on it? At that time, I was also partying a ton, not really connecting the two together. But it began my journey of getting healthy. So I've got I was looking at my list. I did 21 days of mental wellness and happiness, which are rituals that I do almost every day. I did it back in the spring, and I was just overlooking my list of things, and there's way more than 21 things that I have on that list.
Yes, yeah. You know, I hear you. I'm getting from someone that's watching on YouTube Live that it's difficult to make out what you're saying because there's
Oh,
an echo. So I'm wondering, do you have your volume on your computer turned all the way down, Lisa?
yep.
Yeah, you
It's
do?
completely off.
Oh, okay. I'm hearing it okay. I wonder if it's the same on Facebook. Okay. If anyone else is experiencing an echo, please do let us know because we do want to make sure that you can hear this info, or let us know if you can hear us okay. But yeah, Lisa, I think that that's really like you're so right. I love what you said. You know that our job is to really make sure that our mental health is in check, right? That we're feeling good on a daily basis. I feel like that adds to so much more in our lives when we feel good. And are you logged into Facebook Live on both? We're logged into Facebook Live. Yes. I'm not sure. Should we stop the Instagram here, Lisa?
Um, Possibly, yep. I mean, we're not getting any major comments. There's a few people watching on Instagram Live, but
Okay, so I'm gonna stop this
okay.
and video. Okay, and let's turn up our volume on this. Okay, hopefully that's better. If you're watching, thanks guys for your feedback. If you're watching, let us know if that's a little bit better. We've turned off Instagram, and we'll figure out how to do that better another time. But this is really important, right? Like, right, really paying attention to our mental state and moving forward in life with everything else. But that has to be the foundation. So, Lisa, what are the kinds of things that you recommend us doing? And I know that you have quite a few daily rituals. So what would you say are the main things and how do they help us? How do they serve us?
Okay, so through all that that journey, we're talking over decades now of kind of honing what works for me. I've learned a lot about how gut health is related to our mental health. And so, my diet radically changed. I became a vegetarian in the 90s and started doing a lot more research on how what we ingest, and a lot has to do with inflammatory foods as well. How that can really affect our gut health and then in turn our mental health. So again, like I said, I was still partying, so it wasn't fixing, it wasn't helping. No matter acupuncture, yoga, meditation. I had to come to terms with eliminating a lot of recreational things that weren't serving me in that regard. And so now I am all about clean living. And what the very first thing, I've got some things with me here. The very first thing I do in the morning when I get out of bed is I go to the kitchen and I rehydrate myself with some warm water, apple cider vinegar, and lemon, because again, with research, I've learned that first off, we become very dehydrated in the evening, in our sleep. And then the alkaline and acidity, this re-regulates that. And then I take my probiotic for my gut health. And so like even Tylenol, Advil, any kind of prescription drugs, they can really mess with the gut health as well. So the probiotic helps fix that. I mean, if I've tried to, over the years, not take anything like Advil or any kind of pills that, when I was younger, that's what you did. You go to the doctor for a prescription. And so, I'm that's the first thing I do. And then, right before bed, magnesium. This helps so much with sleep. And it's the bisglycinate stuff. It's the best kind. Take 2 before bed. So sleep, really important. Hydration, like I said, gut health, anti-inflammatory foods. And then, of course, exercise, so important with raising the endorphins, like releasing endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, all those good chemicals in the body. So I've gotten into running, and I always love yoga, just for the quiet and the silence. But during the day now, like speaking of daily rituals, if I find I'm sitting too long at my desk, I just recently started doing Zumba, just one song. So like dancing, just moving the body, keeping that going is so important. But with morning rituals, I kind of solidified that after I have my lemon water. I get into using Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning as the foundation. So silence, affirmations, visualization, the exercise, reading, and I'm always reading just a couple of paragraphs or even just a page from some kind of inspirational, motivational, spiritual book, and then the journaling. So whether it's gratitude or something that stood out to me with regards to what I just finished reading, I've got tons of journals filled with quotes and things that I've gleaned from great books that I've read during my Miracle Morning. But I definitely like to amplify that Miracle Morning with some extra things, like tapping. I will do EFT tapping sometimes. I don't know if everybody's familiar with EFT tapping, but it's something that really helps release blocks or self-doubt, or just helps you raise your energy if you're feeling a little low. EFT can really help. Sorry, I'm just going on and on. I'm not really letting you get in there, Natalie. So if you have any questions.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I love all of these, and it's obvious that you've made these rituals, these practices, like a part of your everyday, and now it comes really like it's habitual, right? And so it comes simple to you to have all of these. How do you recommend people get started? Because I've heard from a lot of people like, I wish I could meditate, but I don't make it a daily thing. And, or, when I do meditate, my mind wanders everywhere and I just end up being frustrated at the end of it. Right. Or, like even supplements, like I've heard people say like, I want to take my supplements, but I don't make those a daily thing. And so I just forget about it. So, I mean, any recommendations or tips on how to start to make things habitual in your life so that we actually see the benefits from them?
From my own experience, there's a couple of things. So first off, like you say, the habit is really important to enforce. So you're only going to enforce it if it feels good. I find for myself, like I am not the best at meditation. So I make my version of meditation is during my quiet yoga. So it's meditative movement. I have difficulty sitting in silence, but my other way of sitting in silence is when I'm doing my visualization. So I'm not necessarily doing the old school or like the tried and true meditation where you're sitting on a cushion with your eyes closed and breathing and, just watching the thoughts go by and saying, oh, there goes a thought, and then back to quiet. Like it's very rare that I do that type of meditation. So with the habits, I always find what feels good because I want to do more of what feels good. And it's easy to put those types of things into a habit. So if running is, it's taken me a while to get into running. I've had that on my vision board for a long time. And for me, I like the post-run yoga. So it's something to look forward to after the run. So it's kind of like tricking myself or treating myself to things if I am doing a few things that I don't like as much.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, definitely. And also I find that finding what is yeah, like finding even just within that thing that you're doing that you might not like as much, like finding the good pieces of that, right? So same as you, the running has never really been my strong suit, and working up to it has been amazing. And now it's like at the end of a run, like my head is clear. I feel like I've just it's like I've given myself a spa day, right? Like, but it was a lot harder. But it's a totally different. You feel totally different after that. So I totally get that. And so it's really like, and then I remember coming home and saying to my husband, like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Like I feel good in my heart. I feel good in my mind. My mind is clear. And I would just like go on and on, even if you stop listening to myself. And I think that that's a really key point too. Would you say, like, to really emphasize the good that's coming from those daily practices and habits?
Oh yeah, and I like variety. I like mixing it up. That's why I have so many too, because
Mhm.
I'm not doing everything, all of it. I mean, a lot of it is foundational and pretty consistent, but like I said, there's like over 21. There's like 50 different things that I bring in, like essential oils. So I use my essential oils. I put them in the diffuser. They're not in the diffuser every day. Um, Another thing I love is Judy's cacao. Like I put the cacao with, like I have a little cup, a special cup. That's something I really look forward to now. And it actually enhances my visualization. So I used to struggle with visualizing every day.
Mhm.
So I put the cacao as like, I'm going to do the visualization with the cacao because it's heart opening and,
Right.
mind opening. And that's really helped too. And same with the EFT tapping. Like Brad Yates on YouTube, he has hundreds and hundreds of free videos. And I will just be like, okay, what kind of affirmation do I want to do this morning? What kind
Right.
of, what am I feeling like? Do I want to work on gratitude, not work on gratitude, but what do I want to do a tapping exercise on gratitude? Or do I want to do a tapping exercise on goal setting, or just saying, I am awesome, I am unstoppable. Like he's got so many things to. So I'm always kind of enhancing the foundational with different things that I throw in, which is just makes it fun. And it's what
Mhm.
gets me to bed in the morning. It's like, okay, what kind of morning ritual am I going to have today?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So having a list of things that you've tried before that you like to do, maybe having like a little place where you always do this morning ritual so that
Yeah.
you have like, I know that for me, it's always in the one of the corner of the couches in my office. And I have my little collection. I've got my journal, I've got a book that I like to read, I've
Yes.
got my stones. And so
Yeah.
just
Same.
having, yeah, yeah. And I
That's
really think,
super important to make that space, and it does kind of enforce that habit because you've got that place to go.
mhm, yeah. So talk to me a little bit about, we've got a few minutes left, so I'd love to hear from you. Is this something that you help others with in your coaching and your mentorship? Do you help others establish these daily practices and help them sort of get to that place where they are taking ownership of their mental state and helping themselves? Yes?
Yeah, for sure. In fact, I always recommend, it's on my recommended reading list, The Miracle Morning, because a lot of the reason why some people can't get into the habit is because they haven't made the time for it. If they're busy, as soon as they jump out of bed and they're picking up their phone and checking notifications or dealing with small children and getting them ready for school, then your morning ritual is gone. So the miracle morning is all about waking up earlier, even if it's a half an hour before the rest of the household, to give that time to yourself. And then the other thing I do is with my clients, when we're in a group, a Facebook group, I also suggest that they write down in the group every day 3 things they're grateful for, and also what their 3 priorities for the day are as well. So just even getting into the habit of writing it down in the group, so that later it will become something that they do as a regular habit for themselves.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love that. And so, Lisa, can you share how you work with people? Like, is it one-on-one? Do you do group coaching? Share a little bit more about the work that you do with people. And I'm going to post your website up here so people can find you.
Okay, sure. I do group coaching. I have a signature program called Say Hello to Your Future Self. And it's all about, and it's the same signature program that I do with one-to-one clients as well. And it's all about allowing yourself to listen to the inclinations of your soul so that you are following the path that you are on this planet to follow. And that changes, but it's about listening to that inner voice and going with it, and then learning a lot of mindset stuff, like learning how our thoughts and our beliefs really do affect the actions and behaviors that we take to achieve our big goals and dreams. So we go over tons of mindset, there's accountability, and then there's the motivational piece, which is this health stuff. This because that's what's going to keep you motivated, and that's also what's going to help you sustain long term. If you've got really big dreams, and if it just dropped in your lap right now, would you even be able to handle it? Like, the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health is so important. It's kind of like what my coach says, you're in the business of you. So it's not just the business of running your business or being a parent or whatever other responsibilities you have, but your one of your biggest responsibilities is running the business of you. So
yeah.
That's the piece that I think is really important for my coaching to be effective. The mental health and this stuff that we're talking about right now is one of the most important things.
Yeah, I fully agree. And I believe that, yes, we should all be making ourselves the priority. And if there's anything that this, time has taught us, it's that, right? Like, it is like my mental state comes first. And until I feel good, until I feel ready to look at other things, that's got to be in tip-top shape. And so I think that what you do is extremely important, and I do love the way that you do it. So for those of you who are watching, check out lisakelly.life. And also, Lisa, you've got some workshops coming up in the Toronto Central branch in Happy Healthy Women. Yes, I think I saw that.
Yeah, vision board workshops with 2021 coming around the corner. This is a great time for planning and just giving yourself some of that me time. And I like calling it a retreat because it's a 3.5-hour workshop. So it's digital, it's all online. And it's a great way to sort of kickstart your next version of you.
Yes. Oh, I love it. And why not get those creative juices flowing, right? That always feels so good as well. Another way to implement self-care into your life. So that's awesome. Yeah. So check it out. Our Toronto Central branch. You can find, I think the listings are on our Facebook group as well, in Happy Healthy Women Global Facebook group, and on our website, hhwglobal.com. So you should be able to find it everywhere. And Lisa, I just want to thank you so much for being here. My apologies to everyone for the technical difficulties early in this call, but we made it happen. And Lisa, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all that you bring to this community.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yes, my pleasure too. And for anyone who's looking to step into leadership with us, as Lisa has, please touch base with us and check out our leadership programs on trailblazing and branch directing. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Lisa. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Bye.